Now, you thought that Junior Max race was crazy. You haven't seen anything yet, I can guarantee you that much. So, 31 Senior Max drivers. It's the final qualifying phase of the first day of competition for the 2019 BNL Karting Series. It's groups C and A for Senior Max, and the order is as follows. Reese Hunter on pole with Charlie Turner alongside for company, which then shows a clean sweep for the UK in the top 7 positions. That includes Lewis Gilbert and Clayton Ravenscroft in 3rd and 4th. Kai Hunter, Ben Donkin and Teddy Clinton rounding out the top 7. The next nationality is 2 Dutch drivers in the form of Mick Knowlton and Storm Breuer, with Dylan LaHaye from Belgium rounding out the top 10. Ben Davis, Lorenzo Stolk round out row 6 ahead of Felix Vargier, Rick Boothorn, Christian Kuya, Kian Sang, Leroy Jägersar, Alex Pendlebury, James Lowther, Nick van der Mosselaar, Bram Mossavarde, Georgios Bersis from Greece, Danny Kroes rounding out the top 23 ahead of Alexander Luck, Marcus Radney, Victor Plateau, Pieter Jan Bollen, Brent Verheyen, Luca Den Hartog, and Victor Paulsen, with Hayden Kaiser unfortunately being a DNS, a non-starter. So again, we reset the clock for 7 minutes plus an additional lap before we go into a short break before the last 8 races of the day here on the first day of competition for the 11th season of the BNL Karting Series, having been instigated in 2008. Oh, I need to catch my breath after that Junior Max heat. That was a cliffhanger if ever I saw one. But we're now on the latter part of the formation lap here for this Senior Max 3rd and final qualifying heat. And as a result of this, the points and the results will be tallied. The top 28 will go to the top 36 final, which will be our last race of the day at 16:35 Central European time. So if in the UK, that's 3:35 p.m. So, again, red lights are on the starting gantry. Time is set at 7 minutes. Do we go racing this time? No. Full start called by race direction. I have to be completely honest. I was in complete agreement with that. There were drivers, I think, that might have just lagged and weren't prepared, or they were caught. They were caught out. So it's going to be another reset. This actually gives me a bit of a chance to get my breath back. But I have to say it's been absolutely brilliant so far. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these 30 Senior Max drivers bring to the table, because there are so many good drivers in here. There are so many people that can claw their way through the field. There are people that can lead through the front. There are people that can provide dynamic and exciting overtakes, and I won't accept anything less from Senior Max Division, especially with who we have got in here. When you look at the top 7, they are all British drivers. They all are well known, especially with the likes of Ravenscroft and Gilbert being regulars in the BNL Karting Series. And now with the likes of Reese and Kai Hunter joining the ranks through Dan Holland Racing, you can be rest assured there are fireworks aplenty on the cards here for this last Senior Max qualifying heat. Groups C and A. Do we get the green light for the second time around? Red lights on the gantry. They go out and we go racing, heading down into turn number 1. And looks like Turner's got the whole shot, and well, one of the Hunters has been let out to dry there. Could I call driver number 136, OK Junior, to the stewards immediately? 136 to the stewards immediately, please. OK Junior driver, 136 to the stewards. So, Charlie Turner got the whole shot on Reese Hunter. Clayton Ravenscroft, in the meantime, also got up a position, went up into 3rd place. But it looks like things might have changed since then. So it looks like... So Lewis Gilbert, I believe, that is in 2nd position. Yes, the Doroi Diamond now up from what was 4th, now up into 2nd. And you've got Reese Hunter leading, Lewis Gilbert in 2nd, Charlie Turner in 3rd. Looks like that's Kai Hunter in 4th. Dylan LaHaye up into 5th. Clayton Ravenscroft in 6th position. Behind him, he's got Teddy Clinton, Mick Knowlton, Storm Breuer, and you've also got, I think that was Ben Donkin as well there, who's now dropped down from 6th position, as Gilbert is putting the feelers out for the lead of the race against Reese Hunter. as they headed into turn number 7. Now, you thought this was going to be close in Junior Max. Just watch. And if you are looking at the live stream right now, I count at least 13 carts that could be in contention as Dylan LaHaye goes up the inside of Kai Hunter in turn number 10. As, 388. That is Storm Bro trying to go round the outside of Mick Knowlton. Has that move stuck? No, not at all. Bro's lost out to Donkin in the process as Dylan LaHaye has forced his way up into third by the inside of turn number 2. So that's Charlie Turner he's just picked off. He's now got Gilbert, who's in the lead of this race now. And Dylan LaHaye now gets second place. Oh no, we've had a clash. We've had a clash at turn number 2. So that looks to be, could that be Felix Vargier and Victor Poulsen maybe? That's not too sure. I'll keep my eyes out on the leaderboard. But we've also got Victor Poulsen has actually parked it off one of the runoff areas by the middle part of the back straight between turns 6 and 7. But Dylan LaHaye is now charging and has got Scotland's very own Lewis Gilbert in his sights for the lead of this race. Gilbert just gets the head down. LaHaye does as well. You've then got Charlie Turner. All I'm going to say is this is going to be absolutely madness. Absolute madness. As Ravenscroft has just thrown it up the inside of the 395 of Kai Hunter to take back 5th place. As Reese Hunter goes up the inside of Charlie Turner on turn number 6 for 3rd. So at the moment, you've got the top 10 drivers almost line of cern. The gap between them, that is 2 seconds. That is 2 seconds as... Well, that could be that Mick Knowlton's at the back of that train, which he is, and is behind Storm Brewer. So that's the top 11 at the front of the field. So, at the moment, it is Gilbert leading, ahead of LaHaye. Reese Hunter now up into 3rd, past Charlie Turner. Ravenscroft up into 5th. The other Hunter, in the form of Kai, now up into 6th position, ahead of Teddy Clinton, Ben Donkin, Lorenzo Stolk and Storm Brewer, with Mick Knowlton in 11th. Oh, no, it's not Gilbert anymore. He's lost out to Dylan LaHaye. Could he lose out to Reese Hunter in the process? Who's got the legs going into turn 7? Oh, nice defence there. Well countered, Lewis Gilbert. But Clayton Ravenscroft is at the... he's going to... I've got this feeling that Ravenscroft is going to throw it up the inside. Oh, no, 3rd and 4th have clashed. Ravenscroft now up into 3rd. That looks to have been... Was that Charlie Turner and Reese Hunter that came together? Oh, someone's gone way off the curbs. Lorenzo Stolk went very wide coming out of turn number 11. So Dylan LaHaye leads. Lewis Gilbert in 2nd. Clayton Ravenscroft in 3rd. And it's Kai Hunter that's now up into 4th. Teddy Clinton up into 5th. Ben Donkin 6th. Charlie Turner now down in 7th position. The other Hunter, in the form of Reese, has now dropped down to the bottom of the top 10. So that skirmish compromised Reese Hunter more than it did anybody else, as Dylan LaHaye is leading with 1 minute and 55 seconds, plus an additional lap to go here. And I think if anyone said, yeah, we'll give you this as a Hollywood script, they'd fling it straight back in your face and probably wouldn't believe you. Because I can't believe what I'm seeing with my very own eyes. But Dylan LaHaye from GKS Lemons Power, in his 7th season with the Belgian squad, is making sure that he pays dividends. And he's doing that in front of Lewis Gilbert, Clayton Ravenscroft in 3rd position, ahead of Kai Hunter, Teddy Clinton, Ben Donkin, Charlie Turner, Storm Brewer, Reese Hunter. Lorenzo Stolk now has been overtaken by Reese on that last tour. Ben Davis back up into 11th position. But Lewis Gilbert has shown that he can be competitive in the senior ranks. And he did that against Jordan Brown-Nutley 4 weeks ago. This time around, he's got someone who knows this track very, very well. Lewis has got a lot of experience around here as a junior, but now it's senior. And, oh, no, that was very brazen by Clayton Ravenscroft, you absolute animal. Bumping 2 wheels off the curbs. Does a bit of a Nyride ski lift, if you will, on 2 wheels, a.k.a. kit, and then gets past Lewis Gilbert. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I think I might have to sit down after this one. But 35 seconds on the clock to go. Dylan LaHaye continues to lead. The gap now between him and second place Clayton Ravenscroft is nearly 4/10. Don't even make it that coming into turn number 2. But Ravenscroft has to put on the defensive anchors ahead of Lewis Gilbert and Kai Hunter. Teddy Clinton now in the top 5. Ben Donkin up into 6th. Charlie Turner in 7th. And there's more positional changes. Ravenscroft is now in 2nd as Lewis Gilbert got the march on him going into turn number 6. So the two Brits battling. Behind them, they've got Kai Hunter, who's waiting in the wings. Then there's Teddy Clinton. And then you've got Ben Donkin. This is going to be a free-for-all. And in that, you've now got Reese Hunter. So the Hunter boys coming back in true fashion. So it's going to be this and an additional lap. Oh, there's more changes going into turn 11. This is absolutely mesmerising here on this last qualification heat. Ravenscroft steals 2nd. Oh, there was a little touch there, I think, between Lewis Gilbert, and I'm not too sure. Well, Gilbert bumps Ravenscroft by behind inadvertently there. This could get very ugly and very nasty very, very quickly indeed. Ravenscroft holding on for 2nd at the minute whilst Dylan LaHaye is just scampering away like a scalded cat. Meanwhile, the battle behind, it is 6 abreast. Line astern, Ravenscroft, Gilbert, Clinton, Kai Hunter, Ben Donkin, and also Charlie Turner. This is going to go absolutely down to the wire. Reese Hunter is now out of this battle. So is this going to be a repeat of what we saw on the last race with the juniors? I could see something climactic happen, but if Ravenscroft holds on to it like Ginchard did in the junior final qualifying heat, this could be absolutely spectacular. Gilbert, what are you doing? You've just put it around the outside. You missed out. Gilbert drops down to 5th of the flag. Ravenscroft holds on for 2nd position. Teddy Clinton takes 3rd. Kai Hunter steals 4th at the line ahead of Lewis Gilbert, who went round the outside, thought he could make it. He was pushed wide through no fault, through his own recognizance there. But Dylan LaHaye wins the final qualification heat for Senior Max ahead of Clayton Ravenscroft from the UK by 3.9 seconds. Now I'm going to give you some gaps here. Clayton Ravenscroft to Teddy Clinton in 3rd. 0.080 between them. Kai Hunter, a further 0.083 between them. Then it's a further 0.067 of a second to Lewis Gilbert. And then a further 10th to Charlie Turner. It was 0.6 of a second between 2nd and 6th position at the end of that race. Ben Donkin rounded out the top 7 ahead of Reese Hunter, Storm Brewer and Mick Knowlton completing the top 10. Ben Davis in 11th, Kern Sang in 12th, Lorenzo Stolk finished 13th ahead of Bramo Sivarde, Alex Pendlebury, Danny Kroes, Leroy Jägersar, Victor Plateau, Brent Verheyen, Gator Jamborn, Marcus Radney, Georges Bersis, James Lowther, Nick van der Mosselaar, Rick Boothorn, Luca Den Hartog, Christian Kuya with Alexander Luck, Felix Varget, and Victor Paulsen being eliminated very early on with Hayden Cater.